So we got not only great weather, but we also have good news.
Good morning.
We have future perspective.
Good morning.
All right.
We're gonna do a dance class today.
Oh, okay.
I love that. No complaints about dance class.
No, you're gonna give it because you're the dancer. As you can see, I'm not gonna give it. All right, let's see. Yeah, so Laura, did you hear the good news?
I heard that we got approved for phase 2. And then what does that mean with terms of the club? I can't keep track.
So obviously we've been trying to open the doors and waiting for the opening for weeks, and kind of like everybody's been standby, and Rob has been working his butt off like every day. So now he decided to take a couple of days off and go to the mountains. so he's off, and then as soon as he leaves, they instantly announces this morning that, hey, we're gonna get phase 2. So it's kind of funny, funny coincidence. So it looks at the moment that we have to get ready because he's coming back at, I believe, Sunday. We need Mondays, Tuesday to get everybody ready, and the plan is to open the doors on Wednesday. That there are continuously changing rules and regulations about everything, safety mostly. So we have to still look into that, all the updates, what we can do, what we cannot do, because there's a lot of like different stories and different information coming in from different directions. So we have to know what we at least need to do. And like I just talked to Abraham a couple of minutes ago, I said that our club, like every company has its policy, we are more in the conservative, if that's a good word in this context. We are want to be more safe than sorry. So we're not going to open up and let everybody do everything without mask or everything. So it's going to be like we talked earlier about having a mask on. I'm not sure if we now still need to start with one-on-one with a trainer, with one of us on court, or do we allow some other squash activities like solo hitting, for example? So I can't say that yet because we need to look into the situation, and as soon as we know, we'll let you know. But in any case, whether it's a really strict opening, there's progress, and the doors will open on Wednesday. So that's really good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Terrific.
It's great to have a future perspective again. It's like at some points, like I'm pretty optimistic, and I don't really get into like these like scenarios like what if. But then I started to think like, wait a minute, like my visa actually says Seattle Athletic Club. So if the club would close, I would not even be able to work in this country, even whatever I would be able to do. So all of a sudden I'm thinking like, oh, shit, like it might be that I
need this to happen.
Yeah. So yeah. So it's all kind of, it's like a thin line between everything going well and everything going into a full disaster. But at the moment, it looks like it's going the right way. Anything else to add? Any questions? We can talk also after the lesson.
It's funny, I was just thinking myself, I usually have a headband, and all my headbands, I don't have the one I have at home right now, but all my other ones are locked in the locker. And I literally was just thinking, it's like, oh God, it'd be really nice to go back and get my stuff out of the locker that's been sitting there all that time. So yay, there's a hope. There's hope. There's hope.
There might be a couple of like ticking time bombs in the locker. Like
smelly.
People open them like, oh, is this mine? It looks like what I wore like half a year ago. I forgot to wash. Any requests? Just hardworking we just go for it. We just go for it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna mute you, and we can talk later. Let's see. There we go. All righty. Let's have some fun. All right. Let's do a little bit like a slow warm up and then stretch this time. So let's start doing lunges, alternating with legs. So just standing straight and taking a step forward, having a lunge. You can lean forward if you like, or stay more straight up. So a little bit different effect. Come back up and then lunge with the other leg. So this idea, lunge straight up, coming back. And like always, when you look at the lunge technique, just make sure that your knee is not going too far forward like this, because the weight is going too much on the knees and it's not really healthy for the knee. So you want to keep the knee kind of like aligned vertically with your ankle. So that gives you also more power, more balance, but also more power to push back. And it's easier when your upper body is straight up. And it kind of like very quickly goes to the toes when you start to lean forward. So you kind of like go into this kind of position. And that makes it very heavy to come back, because you're pretty much getting all the weight on the front of your foot. So if you lean forward now with the lunge, make sure you're still on the heel when you push back. So it gives you more, you can use your upper legs more effectively and your glutes. So you engage the big muscle groups better that way. And let's add a little twist here while we go. So when you take a step, bring your opposite side hand on the toes, or even on front of the toes, so even on the side of your foot, the outside. So getting that side twist in the upper body. So it also stretches the glute a little bit more. So from the front looks like this, to getting this side rotation. Okay, shake the legs a little bit. All right, and now we start to go into squats. So let's do this medium pace squats, like into a regular squat position. So it's about 90-degree angle between your upper and lower leg. Nice and tight core. Arms can be wide on your knees or in front of you. Just on your own, not too slow or fast pace. Just go down and up. And up. All right, and then go all the way down if you can, a little bit lower. So a bit more stretch in the knee areas and also in your lower back. So let's go as low as it's doable. It can be a little bit like you feel a bit of stretch, but don't force it. So it should go kind of naturally with just the gravity down. Okay, and then we start to go sideways, so weight goes down, having the inner thigh stretch, come up and here. And if you like to work on balance or make it less heavy for your legs, you can keep your hands on your knees to kind of like support the movement. I don't know, you probably don't hear it, but my left knee is like having a little monologue. If I would hear both knees, it would be a dialogue. And then every now and then, one ankle goes like click. It's like a little like a jazz kind of music, body making its own music improv. But it's all working, so I guess it's okay. It's not painful, luckily. Okay, all right. And now we're gonna go a couple of breaths, leaning backwards, arms above head, straight above your head. So you're stretching your shoulders, but also your abdominals and front side here. And so to keep your hip going forward while you lean backwards. And if you feel like you're falling over, just make it a little bit wider. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. And then we'll lean forward. And here, keep your knees a bit soft so you get that stretch first in your lower back. And if you like to add a little sideways rotation, slow one while you breathe, then you get also the side of your lower back covered. Head hangs heavy. Arms are heavy. And slowly come up again. Arms above head. So one more backwards. And forward. And now with that forward, when you're leaning and kind of hanging forward, if you extend your legs, you will start feeling more heavy hamstring stretch. So try to find that line between hamstring and lower back, and then focus on the hamstrings this time. So you kind of like push your hip back to get those hammies stretched. Okay, slowly come up. A lot of blood in the brain, that's good. Woo. Okay, slowly start rotating your right arm, right shoulder. Really feeling that the shoulder is making a big rotation. And then switch direction. And the other arm. And switch. Okay. Right foot on your left knee. Find balance. And lower your position until you feel a good amount of stretch in your outer hip. Happy Juneteenth. Oh, ooh, that knee was not was saying something like, get off me. Okay, switch the leg. Oh, find balance, just like I'm desperately doing. I'm just showing you how it looks when you don't find it. Obviously, I can do it more easily, but just giving you an idea how it looks when you're struggling with your balance. Okay, focus. This is like golf. I went playing golf yesterday. I wasn't there all the time. It's an interesting sport. Okay, slowly come up. Stretch those knees a little bit, shake them off. All right, let's grab the racket. Get a sip of water if you like. All right, let's do a little bit of movement first for your wrist and for your forearm. So start moving the racket back and forth. It's kind of like a half a circle, what you're doing. So the arm itself is not moving that much, it's just the racket head going. It's kind of like try to get rid of all the flies in your area. And then let's look into the racket head movement more. So now, obviously, when you do this movement, ideally you don't do it with the loose wrist. So the wrist is fixed, like you all are doing there nicely. So now when you start continuing, make sure when you start on the backhand, the butt leads, knuckles are on top. So you have a clearly open racket face. You finish the shot, so it's a very short like flick what we did some time ago. And then after that, you open on the other side and you come back in a similar manner. So it's kind of like a little 8 form that you're doing. So you flick, you open, you flick, you open, flick, and open. So it's getting that really open racket face and kind of a strong angle between your arm and racket as well. The flick doesn't really work if you have a loose wrist, unless your name is Rami Ashur. He's pretty much up there by himself. But most people need that fixation in the wrist to make this work with reasonable amount of control. Okay, good. All right, shake it off a little bit. Your arm, your hand, and let's start adding movement to the flick. So imagine a situation, you're moving to a front court ball. Let's say it's a boast or it's a bit of a loose drop shot, so you're not under pressure, you're close to the front wall, you're in there, and you have time. And that flick works when you have time. So you bring your arm and racket, or it kind of stays in front of you. So we start on the backhand side, and you go straight to the ball. And then when you land with your lunge, you approach the ball with the end of the racket, and you flick. So you imagine playing a cross court in that shot. So like that, and then coming back. Step in and flick. So really try to activate that forearm muscle group to get a little bit of racket head speed into that flick. Step in and flick. Step in and flick. Racket head, weight, makes the shot working. You have to accelerate. Get that racket moving. Step in. Step in. Good. Okay. So let's focus on, so that's the mid part of the shot now. And what we're going to do is we add half a swing. So not a full swing. Half a swing is, let's say, close to, generally where the racket face is about close to your shoulder height. So it's not here. This is the flick you just did. Pretty much only your racket, only static movement, rotation of your forearm. Now we're going to bring the forearm higher. So there's an angle in your arm. You drop the shoulder. So there's also body weight in there, but it's not a big swing. So you're not coming like this. You're not bringing your full speed in there. So with this shot, you're still able to play a pretty good drop shot because the movement is not too long. So there's control, but it also gives you power. So now with that flick, which you still use, you're going to play a little bit harder cross court, across the court to the other side. So moving to the ball and then flick. I really try to focus on that racket head speed throughout the swing. And remember, when you do the backhand, start getting that front shoulder down and towards the ball early. There. Turn in, there. Turn and there. Turn and there. Turn and there. Good. And now we're going to do the same with the bigger swing. So we add a little bit more backswing. So when you start to approach the ball from here, to here. So your hand is about the height of your shoulders. The racket is way above, especially when you rotate your shoulders, you see how the racket head is way over your head. Okay, so bigger swing and still working on that rotation, getting a lot of power for that cross court. Okay, let's go. Big one. Building it up piece by piece, stepping in. And remember, backhand follow through is very fluent and long. So keep your arm going. There's no reason to stop the swing because it just might make your arm hurt or your shoulder hurt. Backhand follow through, fall fluent when there's nobody around, nobody's in front of you or next to you. So make sure you get that swing going. Okay, come on. Okay, now we're gonna add a bit more speed. So you do the same big swing, but a little bit more active backwards and forwards. So a couple of steps back, couple of steps forward, big backswing, racket shoulder drops early, leads you to the ball. So you're a little bit more active and aggressive. And just to think of it, play with this now a little bit. And like I always ask you to have a target. You look at something that you're hitting because that gives you the correct timing. And now start hitting the ball in turns, that imaginative ball, the target you have, start hitting it in turns with a straight shot and a cross court. To see what it feels in your preparation, in your shot. The cross court, the racket comes across earlier, the racket head. So you get the contact like this. And then when you play it straight, it's there. So this is the difference. The cross court follow through also. The cross court follow through goes a little bit that way. And then the straight shot follow through goes more that way. Okay, so play those alternatively. Same prep. One shot is cross court, one is straight. And the pace is medium plus plus. So now I want you to start moving faster on your toes only. So you start to sweat. You need to break the sweat. On the toes, cross court, racket has an angle, straight shot, square. But the prep is the same. So it's difficult to see. Your upper body's in the same position. 15 more seconds. And time. Good. Shake it off a little bit. Put the racket in the other hand. Grab a little water. And we're going to go to the forehand. So in this occasion, we use a traditional stance on the forehand, like we did on the backhand as well. So right-handers, left foot forward, left-handers, right foot forward. And again, a couple of steps. Approach, short swing first. So like we did this some time ago, I think a week ago, 10 days ago, when you approach without a swing, there are different reasons for it. One is, the obvious reason would be there's no time for swing. So the ball is slow, you're reaching out. Why would you go like this if the ball is 2 inches high? So you kind of like have no swing. But this occasion is when the ball is higher, so you have time. So you bring the racket kind of close to the ball with the butt first. So there's a nice dynamic angle and movement towards the ball. But because there's very little swing, what normally happens in your opponent's mind is that they start to look into, hey, he's playing a drop shot. So they start to move with you. And then when you're getting to the ball and they are kind of like, you know, breathing on your neck, that's when you flick the cross court. And then you get them out of balance or or miss the ball, hopefully. So first that one, so a couple of steps. There's the forehand flick. So the pointing the ball and then across. Okay, so cross court shot, low cross court with a little bit of racket head speed. Something happened in my wrist at the moment. Please continue. Played tennis a couple of days ago and such a different swing and racket. I always blame tennis if something happens. It can be squash. Okay, keep going. Play that cross court. And really in your mind, imagine somebody behind you. So it's a decoy. You bring them forward, make it look like a drop, and then you flick. Make it look, slow down at the ball, drop, and then flick. Slow down, racket is almost touching the ball. That's when the speed comes in. Yes, Laura, that was good. Slow down, speed up. Imagine your body language tells them, hey, this is a soft shot. And then you just change the angle. It doesn't have to be a super hard shot, but it just goes to the other side of the court. You have to make them go to the other way first. Okay, and now we add the half swing. So forehand, it means pretty much upper arm is not doing much. So it's really the forearm that goes up. So from this to this, or a little bit lower, perhaps even something like this. So elbows kind of tucked in. And this again, it's a very common position to see a lot of, especially Australian players, English players, very like traditional way to approach the forehand. So with this angle, with this kind of basic backswing, it's a very controlled technique to play a drop shot because the swing is not coming from here. But there's also a lot of power because there's a little bit of this and then this. So they can play that very nice, tight, soft drop shot deep to the front, but also it gives them a great technique and control and power to play a hard cross court, for example, or rail. So now it's the same idea, but with a bigger swing. So still kind of like bring them in, let the guy come behind you, and then flick across the court. So this is also something that when the club opens and when we're allowed to do drills and stuff to do with these swings, play like drop drive, so 2 shots in a row for yourself. So you play 1 drop, then you play the drive. And it's a great way to work on this technique. Okay, now we're gonna go bigger. So elbow goes up. So you see arm is having that angle again. And now on the forehand, the racket is higher than on the backhand. It really goes up there. And approach the ball nice and slow. Don't speed up here yet. And then work on that acceleration from your forearm. Forehand follow through, let it go through and end up close to your left shoulder or to your other shoulder. Okay, footwork is a bit faster, so let's start moving faster here. Swing, back, swing, back. So very dynamic movement, back and forth. Going in and back, going in and back, going in and back, going in and back. With this one, your arm is the most relaxed when you already have that higher swing. The shorter the swing gets, the more you need that muscle power, muscle tension But when you have a higher swing, we want to keep it loose because otherwise it doesn't work. You want to keep your shoulder relaxed and drop your arm down very loose. Good. All right. Okay. So now we're going to go all 6 shots in a row. So we're going to go backhand, straight to the ball, flick. Forehand, straight to the ball, flick. Perhaps I should show it with the racket. Backhand, half swing, flick. So it's all cross courts here now. Forehand, cross court. Backhand, big swing. Forehand, big swing. That's the 6. So short one, flick. Short one, flick. Half swing, big swing, big swing. The movement needs to be very fast now. Okay, we're warming up. Now we really have to start speeding up lifting the pace up. Okay, we're going to go 2 minutes, high paced, two short swings, 2 half swings, 2 big swings. Okay, ready and go. So getting those feet working, guys. Big swing, big swing. Right, keep it fast, keep moving. It's all footwork here. You know what the racket does? Keep moving backwards and forwards. 1 minute to go. Short swing, half swing, big swing. Left, right, left, right, left, right. 30 seconds. Okay, last 15 seconds. Speed it up, guys. Come on. Pop, pop. Racket ready. Pop, pop. Footwork. Make those feet move. Finish the round with the last big swing, and you're done. All right. Good. Okay, let's do a couple of open stands, footwork, and then move to some nicer physical exercises. All right. So now it's up to you. I'm only telling you, or asking kindly, to go left, right, left, right. And we do open stance now. So if I show you from the side, so I'm shuffling to my forehand, playing a shot. Let's just for the easiness, keep the cross court in mind. So especially when being in open stance on the forehand, it very naturally happens. So back the forehand rail would be more difficult because you have to hold your body in a more steady position, or you have to use better wrist control, which is kind of racket technical issue. So that's the forehand, shuffling to the other side, racket ready, playing the backhand. So this is the movement, shuffle, 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 shuffle. So it's a pretty good pace there. And now I want you to imagine yourself being in a rally, or perhaps a drill is a better word for it. And you choose one of the 3. So either you go short, little tick, or you go half, or you go big. Okay, so 3 options, here, here, or here. All right, we're gonna go 2 minutes. Ready, go. shuffle, shuffle. So work on nice rhythm and nice pace. And if you like, you can keep the same order. Short, short, half, half, big, big. If you find that that works for you. The bigger swings are a little bit more for upper body workout, more core involved when you wind up your upper body. And the short swing is more forearm and wrist. So it's way different. And all of it works with good foundation from your lower body. So make sure you're balanced, make sure your center of gravity is low. So when you swing, you have no trouble with your balance. Okay, we got 1 minute to go. Pace, pace, shot, shot. Obviously leave outside if you have more space. You can move further away from the tee. Open stance, 30 seconds to go. Come on. Keep those stances low. Lunge low, upper body low. Work on the glute, work on the thighs. Nice early racket prep. Faster, faster, faster. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2, done. Whew, okay, good job. Racket did its job, so we can put it on the side and start working on other stuff. Have a sip of water or 2. I'm really curious how people experience physically, mentally, emotionally coming back after such a long break. It's going to be so interesting. I think we should kind of video everybody's reaction. It's like videoing people when they see the ocean for the first time. It's like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Okay, so that's next week, not right now. All right, get your towel. You know what that means. Let's start with some slow-mo push-ups. We love those guys. So not going to talk about them anymore. I think everybody knows what's going on. The slower you go, the better it is. Keep it nice and compact. If you can't go all the way down, go halfway. That's fine. As long as there's a little tension staying in. All right, get into position. Knees, feet up. Nice tight core. Squeeze your bum in and go. Elbows in. Nice and slow. Nose can touch the ground if it's clean enough. If you're in your living room, you might go like, hey, I think I'm gonna vacuum today. Okay, time. Stay down and go into straight arm plank. You're gonna do 1 minute reptiles. So straight position and elbow to knee. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Try to keep your bum down when you bring your knee forward. So you don't go up. You stay low, nice and straight. It's a big challenge for the hip flexors, for your abdominals. And obviously it's also heavy for your shoulders. But having a correct angle really makes a difference. 10 more seconds. Turn on your back. Again, it's elbow and knee. All right, ready? Go. Come up. We are in the tunnel, skating. Bring your opposite hand on your foot after the jump. Upper body low. In the horizontal position. Lower the better. Remember, you're in a 4-foot high tunnel. $15. Looks good, guys. Head low. Airborne in between. And knees up. Looking good. As a team. Woo! Arms up. Team goes. Hey-oh. Hey-oh. Okay, sorry. Never was much of a singer. And deep squats. Hands on the toes of the floor. Arms up. Keep your gaze up. Try not to lift your bum. Bum is heavy. It hits your calves on the way down. Toes and knees slightly out. A little bit. Just makes it easier for the joints. When you come down, make sure you have a good solid connection with the floor. Not only toes, all the way to the heels. Time. Back on the ground. Slow push-ups. On your knees. Core tight. Go. especially going down. Nice and slow. Good moment to try to slow down the breathing. Oh, 5 more seconds. All right, we're gonna go into a reptile. So it's a plank again, straight arms, and reptile. Knee to elbow. Remember, when I look at you, I don't see anything. So your bum has to be low enough so it doesn't come into the picture at all. You're hiding from the camera in a plank. "15 seconds. On your back, elbows to knees. Go. Keep going, come on. Half a minute. $15. And back in the tunnel. You know what I mean. Upper body low. Touch those toes. Stay low. If you don't feel it, you gotta go lower or faster or wider or all three. $15. Come on, guys. Let's go. Knees up. Yeah. Good. When I say jump, you touch your toes and you jump up like that. Okay. Jump. 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 jump, 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 jump. Jump. Okay, squat jumps only. Alternate, lunge, touch the ground, switch. Touch the floor in front of the foot. If you can't get that far, make sure you touch your foot, the shoe. Okay, faster pace. Lunge, 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 lunge. Keep going. Lunge, 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 lunge. Knees up. Good, good, good. Almost there, guys. Jump. Push up. Jump. Jump. Knees up, come on. Up, up, up. Come on. Push up. Doing good. Doing good. Jump. 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 Push up. 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 Jump. Done. Woo. Good job. Wow. I would say effortless. It was a great effort. Very nice. Yeah. As well. Nice. Woo. Good job, guys.